Okay, guys, I'm getting a really particular message here for the collective. I do feel like these divine masculines here, they're making a lot of efforts to spend more time with their kids. And something about routines, okay? They may be learning their children's routines perfectly, so that they don't feel as stuck in a lot of the karmic situations that they've been entangled in. And I feel like the reason I'm being guided to share this message is because they want you to know, divine feminines, that if this connection didn't occur, they would have just continued living life in a way that they expected their partner to do a lot of the caretaking when it came to the children. I feel like ever since this encounter with you, this connection with you, though you two may be separated, though you two may not be in communication, I feel like the experience of meeting you has taught them to be accountable or be responsible in a sense. Like I just keep getting images of someone who is realizing that they need to take part in their responsibilities. And I do see that, again, this has a lot to do with children. And I'm also seeing that somebody is either preparing for some kind of separation. It's like living in two households and wondering how it is you are going to get through the day, how it is you're going to prioritize your work day, making sure that the kids are okay. Like, I feel like your divine masculines are, I'm hearing having to adapt. They're having to adapt. And at first it felt terrifying, but I'm hearing now it's like there is such grateful energy for the benefits that they're receiving with the growing relationship that they have with their children. Like, I feel like a mass collective of masculines out there are realizing that, like, this is how they want to be. Like, though they may be going through some kind of separation, what they're getting in exchange is, if they had stayed in that situation, they would have been distant from caretaking for their own children. But now that they are going through some kind of separation or divorce or having to live in a separate household, they're more involved with their children than they've ever been. Okay, so I don't know, like, I just feel guided to say thank you. I'm hearing that song in my head, I Just Called to Say I Love You. So someone could be feeling very sentimental about the connection with you, or as they have really sentimental moments with their children, they can't help but pause and think that if they never met you, all of this wouldn't be happening. Like, though there might have been rocky times that they've experienced, I'm seeing that for many of them right now, it's in the simple things. Cooking a meal for their children before they met you, that was not something that your masculine would do. They would just leave it up to mom, so to speak, right? They didn't take part in those things. Even certain things like getting the kids ready in the morning for school, dropping them off. A lot of them would get up in the morning, head to work, and all of that responsibility would just be on mom. So I feel like ever since this connection has happened between you two, though it may be taboo, out of timing, I shouldn't say out of timing, I should say in divine timing, because that's how they're starting to see it now. I feel like they never would have opened up their eyes to this whole new world, because I'm getting a sense of fulfillment and a lot of happiness. Okay, I'm also hearing I owe it all to you, so a lot of them could feel like they're just in a more positive place, and I feel like this has a lot to do with the energy from their children. Okay, they're no longer raising children who are being parented by one frustrated spouse. They're taking a lot more initiation, or they're preparing. And okay, so I'm seeing that at first this connection between you two was very tumultuous, very chaotic, but they're seeing why it had to happen. So maybe that's why divine timing could be something here that's very significant. Before I dig into some of the things that they may be going through in their day-to-day, I'm just gonna get some messages around I Just Called to Say I Love You, because I do feel like they're feeling very grateful for this love, and I just like reasons for why it had to happen. Okay, reasons for why you two had to meet. Okay, we get let go of control issues, so allowing the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so rather than fighting this, which I think represents a lot of the karmic situation and trying to stay together because of an affair. I think that it is starting to transition into this experience had to happen, because if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be the man that I am becoming today, is what I'm feeling from them. Yeah, codependency. They would have always had a very codependent, toxic dynamic where a lot of your masculines have stopped drinking as well. That could have been another thing too, that it was like a very toxic pattern. So I see like a house, and I see like a woman having the majority of the responsibility, even though she was married to this masculine. And because of her frustrations, instead of assisting or just naturally adulting in life, when you have children, taking part in that natural responsibility and caretaking, they would just sit there and drink, or just try to numb it out, or feel exhausted from the workday, and then emotionally exhausted from having to come home to an environment or an energy or a space that just, it wasn't fruitful. And it was because they weren't connecting to their children. Both of them together in that space were starting to see the whole dynamic as a burden, which definitely was not a proper environment to raise children in. And that is what I think this whole experience between you and your divine masculine is showing them now. So they're no longer codependent on this dynamic. I feel like they're wanting to switch it or change it. Like, you might have masculines now in these marriages that are the ones initiating the divorce or the separation for the sake of children. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in quickly here to some I just feel like day-to-day things that they want you to know that is where their head is at right now. Okay, so we have the 9 of Summer, which is wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. And this could be the environment as well that they're wanting to create for their home or their children. I feel like that 9 of Cups energy is happiness, and also something too about dreams do come true. I'm hearing around that a happy home. Okay, many of them are ending codependency out of, the need to be here to, let's say, save face or protect something. It's like we're doing more damage here. So I do feel like the 9 of Cups is someone who's starting to feel like, I can do this. I can get through this. I'm almost there, or I am getting through it. And another message I'm hearing is your masculine feels like the best version of themselves that they've ever been or they've ever felt. And I'm hearing that is a direct result from spending more time with their children. Okay, like their energies are just so brand new from the other side that, when you take time to spend time with children one-on-one, just the things that they're able to just say randomly or teach you or give you perspective on, it's like you really do see in that moment the age of their soul, and that they're so not new to this earthly experience. It's just, they can't quite put their finger on it sometimes. So these are the kind of magical things I feel that are happening for your masculines right now. And again, this could actually be the thing that is guiding them through learning like the routines with ease. Someone's no longer frustrated, or it's like they can't drink anymore. They can't take part in some of the addictions that they were numbing themselves to in an unhappy environment. I feel like now they may be getting more exercise, more sunlight. If they are learning their routines with their children, they're having to spend time as well getting organized or being a good mentor or setting a good example. So really learning like emotional regulation is what I'm hearing, having to have so much more patience. We're hearing justice, okay? So someone's taking time to review details very carefully. That's what I'm saying. Justice is here, and this is why this connection between you two had to happen in this way. I feel like for a lot of you who are going to resonate with this reading, everything is starting to piece together now, and everything is starting to make sense, especially for those who may have been fighting against this connection. Okay, especially like your divine masculines might have been in these karmic situations. I feel like it's pretty obvious now that when they're not in this karmic situation, they're a better version of themselves. And I feel like their children are seeing it, their community is seeing it. There's no more denying it. And I'm also hearing there's no more blame around this encounter between you two, there is a sense of like justice or moving forward, or everybody starting to recognize exactly why this encounter between you two had to happen. I feel like people in the community could be talking about it as well. Like ever since this happened and the smoke is cleared, this divine masculine has been stepping up in so many different areas of their lives and just really creating justice all around. They're reviewing details carefully. This could be co-parenting schedules, this could be contracts, this could be dividing time. And I'm hearing because they've ended addictions, like someone's no longer being manipulated anymore as well, because they have a clear head. It says you will win in the end, fair and objective decisions. So they could be going through, again, separation, divorce, but I do feel like it's starting to make sense that this is the better choice, it is the better decision, and that is a direct result for many of your masculines feeling like, I have to be there for my children. They could be representing this Queen of Cups energy really well, and that could be something that someone's held over their head for a really long time, is that I'm going to hold you in this marriage. What, you think you can take care of the kids on your own? You think let me tell you, my man started getting up early, started hitting the gym before the kids woke up, had breakfast ready. Like all of these things they started becoming so much more organized with because addictions weren't interfering with them anymore. Someone went from feeling very lonely to feeling very fulfilled and opening up their eyes to the blessings that were right in front of them. Your masculine's embodying this Queen of Cups energy, and I feel like this is what's stopping anybody from manipulating them. Okay, their children are very protective of them now. And when children feel protected and cared for, it shows, right? It shows in their relationship. It's like they're very excited to see that parent. They are eager around them. They're protective of them. It's in the little things, the little gestures that your children do to really show that they care, like saving you the last bite of their food or wanting you to taste something of theirs that's really, really delicious. And even though their hands are all sticky and gooey and messy, you're like, okay, let's go for it, because it's just such a beautiful moment, right? They want to share with you in that experience. So I feel like these are the beautiful things that could be happening. And again, it is helping them to feel a lot less stuck and unafraid of the unknown, okay? The message here says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much, okay? So this is the part of them that is really letting go of things that they no longer have to be responsible for. I feel like your masculines are saying, like, as long as I'm responsible for myself and my own happiness, I don't have to be responsible for anybody else's happiness, then I can be this healthy version of myself. So part of this separation or this justice or divorce that I'm picking up on that they could be going through, I just feel like it's better so that two people can be responsible for their own emotional regulation and well-being. And then that helps them to be a good parent to their children. Therefore, they could share those responsibilities in a healthier way. So that is a big step, I feel, for a lot of your divine masculines. But I do also feel like you've had a big role to play in this, divine feminines, and they want you to know that. For many of you, they have paid very close attention to a lot of your spiritual perspectives, your spiritual beliefs. In fact, many of them have sought out wise counsel with you many times before, and they may have heard this advice from your mouth. Okay, well, listen, you don't have to feel so afraid or trapped. Like, you should take part in taking care of your children more, okay? And they might have been raised in a home where it's like their mom did everything. Their dad just went to work and came home and sat on the couch and watched TV while mom, took care of the kids. She did the laundry, she cooked, she cleaned, she tended to the kids. All dad did was drive everybody everywhere, pass through the drive-thru while everybody's sitting in the back seat, order himself a black coffee, and drive right through, right? While, mom did the brunt of it. And I feel like that's really shifting. A lot of your divine masculines are feeling like, they maybe don't want to be in those situations anymore. They may be wanting to take more of a part in spending time with their children, tending to their children, and it just so happens that it may be landing in certain things like divorce and separations happening, because you can't actually be the best version of yourself when you're caught in a dynamic with someone who is constantly lowering that or makes you upset or makes you angry or takes from you, and vice versa, guys. Like in yesterday's readings, a lot of the karmic readings, I have been picking up on, for many of you who have been on this journey for quite some time, a lot of the karmics are waking up and realizing this as well, that they also want out. They also want out of these dynamics with the masculines, because the growth, the soul growth, can't be denied. So, yeah, it works all the way around, all right? So that's what I have for this one, guys. I will check in with you guys in the next one. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye, guys.